everybody. Welcome back to the Good Enough Gaming Podcast. I'm Kyle, your host. As always, I'm joined by Jordan, Daryl, and Trevor.
Hello.
This week's episode is entitled The All-Out Fallout. Here we are, back in the vault, as it were, and the boys have battened down the hatches and binged the latest video game turned TV show season of the Amazon Prime hit, Fallout. We might not be plotting the future, or lack thereof, for the human race, but we certainly feel as though we have survived some trying experiences with humanity as a whole lately. So join us as we continue to survive, break down the latest season, guess where the directors plan to pole vault the show to new heights in season 3. We can't wait to get our death claws into this episode and talk about the loosey-goosey plot holes, Ron Perlman, and avalanche of circumstances that have the ghoul headed to Colorado. So place your bets. It's time to prepare for the future.
Yes, I did put a Colorado Avalanche pun in this.
That's nice.
For a second, I thought that was a Final Fantasy
Yeah, I know.
avalanche, and I was like, Daryl, this is not what that is.
Obviously, at this point, spoilies.
Heavy spoilies.
Heavy spoilies at this point.
Spoiler
spoilers.
alert for everyone that said we didn't do it the other time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put a big
please.
fucking sign on the screen, too.
We are talking about the full season of Fallout 2, or not Fallout 2, season 2 of Fallout on Amazon Prime. This season did a lot.
They covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
They covered a
seems
lot
like
of bases.
Jumped
a lot
around
was
a
pushed
lot.
in there.
Yeah.
But they did a good job, though. I don't think it was poorly paced, or there were some odd moments where you're like, why didn't we get so little of that or more of
Yeah.
certain things? But because then, Jordan, you watched season 1 again, right?
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I actually finished a Fallout something. So
Good for
that's,
you.
I mean, that's got to say something, I
I'm
think.
proud of you.
It didn't glitch
Thanks,
out on
buddy.
you at all or anything?
No
Didn't
glitches.
crash?
So, I mean, I was waiting for some DLC prompts or something, but
That's,
Well,
that's just
Bethesda
Amazon
special.
Prime. This is an Xbox. That's an Xbox.
the Xbox commercial before the final episode of season 2 that pops up, that one was a bit egregious for
Yeah.
me, but
That being said, though, like there are even like callbacks to some like Fallout 3 DLC in this, when you know the flashbacks to like Alaska.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they mentioned the pit.
Yep.
Went into
do
the
the
pit.
pit.
No, they've done like they've said this isn't a direct sequel. Everyone's all worried about like what was the canon finish of New Vegas, blah blah blah, which they kind of
Right.
cover a little bit. But what they've really done, and we'll get into it a bit more later, is they've really combined like all of the Fallout lore,
Oh, totally.
and they're really pushing pieces. Like it's a lot of fan service. They're
Mhm.
pushing a lot of pieces from a lot of places, not
Yes.
just New Vegas, to like kind of carry the whole thing.
Yeah, a bunch of Fallout 3.
Tons of Fallout 4 stuff.
Yeah. Man, like one thing I will say across the board, the power armor,
So cool.
so cool.
They
And
did a great
like,
job with
does
that.
Really
did such
cool.
a good service of making it feel like the game.
Well, every time they cut to was it Thaddeus?
Maximus.
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 Thaddeus is the cool.
Thaddeus
is the other guy.
Is who
I
he
have
killed.
theories.
There are
on
many
that.
theories.
I have theories on that.
But like when they would cut to him in the power armor, almost like the Iron Man shot, like
Yeah.
inside the helmet,
Yeah.
they have the little armor wear screen, which is from Fallout 4, where it shows like the damage on
Oh,
the
yeah.
armor. They do the proper like sound. The sound effects that they were using were for like when you deplete a fusion core.
Yeah.
Like they used just like direct references from the game. I was like,
That's
fucking
really
great
cool.
job, guys. And they did that a lot too. Like it was the same when they introduced Ron Perlman as the super mutant,
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah,
which is fucking awesome. So
Let's
if
go.
anyone here didn't play early Fallout, Ron Perlman was the narrator. He is the
Yeah.
guy that says war never changes.
Yeah.
And so then they brought him back to be this super mutant. And the first thing is they showed the classic like meat bag.
Yes.
In, like, the
immediately saw
I
those,
lost
like,
my shit. I was like,
meat bag.
finally,
Yes.
super mutants. So that one was great. And then same when they bring in like the death claws. Like
Yes.
it was one of those ones where like you have to.
And not just like one or two.
No.
A fuck ton of
Yeah.
It
them.
was a bunch.
Can we also acknowledge the fact that the death claws are practical effects?
For the most part,
For
yeah.
the most part.
Like
Yeah, they were puppets.
Yeah, they're puppets. They're giant puppets that operated by 3 people
That's
at
awesome.
once to do one of them. And then obviously, CGI to like do the action bits.
And
But
cut off their heads. And,
yeah, but like the fact that they move practically,
that's super
that's
rad.
such a nice touch. I think it makes them look a lot more menacing. And
I'm not like well versed in Fallout. Like I didn't
No,
play any
neither
of the
am I.
games.
no,
Yeah.
But I do want to say, like, from my knowledge and sort of understanding and what I've been exposed to over time, I thought, to your guys' point, they've done an extremely good job of
Mhm.
keeping things looking like things look like in the video game.
Yes.
yeah,
Which is a nice touch. Like,
Yeah.
not everybody does that.
Yeah.
so.
I think the biggest thing
Yeah.
people like originally noted was they had to change how the power armor works, where you can like open flap the front face,
Mm,
because in the games you can't really do that. But they're like, honestly, like
Oh,
this is
okay.
like way more realistic to how this would work.
Yeah.
yeah.
it
and
would
some
make
of that
sense
stuff,
for that
yeah.
to open.
Yeah.
right.
So they're like, honestly, it's actually
Yeah.
a good addition.
Small
Yeah.
things like that, totally fine. But
But how do you get in the armor otherwise?
Yeah.
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 like a lot of the lore, a lot of the like vault parts were actually like felt like you were playing in the vaults. And
They did a good job with that. Like that was the best one. Like once again, spoilers, like towards the end when the group that has gotten out.
Yeah.
And they all get like massacred by the
By
rad
the-
roaches.
the-
And so you have this- and so
that
when-
was funny.
When the son, I can never remember his name, when he walks back into the room and
Yeah.
like somehow the one girl survives, whatever.
yeah,
But like this room of just massacred vault techs in there, like
Mhm.
that's to me, I was like, this is the game, right? You're
Right.
coming into these rooms and you're being told a story through dead bodies,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
And you're like
Right,
reading
yeah,
notes or
yeah.
reading
Yeah.
the computers, and you're like, what the fuck happened in here?
Yeah.
And it's always so funny, right? You're like, oh, these people just got taken out by a bunch of rad roaches. And there's just piles of them.
And I mean, like, yeah, there's a little bit of like foreshadowing
Oh.
earlier. It's like, oh, it's the rad roach farm.
Yeah. I mean, of course,
That's not going to come back to bite
Yeah.
somebody.
that never goes poorly.
No.
What could you
I-
possibly need to do with all of those roaches? Why would you?
Yes.
You eat them.
You eat them or you sell them. McLean, like I found him as a villain kind of interesting because it's sort of this like, gray area of like, is he? I get what he's trying to do.
Well, they played a lot off of the plot of the whole season is like, what is Vault-Tec doing
Yeah.
behind the scenes? Like, who's pulling the strings? What's happening? Like, is
Yeah,
this
that was
is this a
big
house
theme
thing?
this
Yes.
season,
Is
yeah.
this a somebody else thing? And then obviously it comes down to the conclusion. But like a lot of it is, just like, well, who's right here?
Mhm.
And then you start getting into Lucy, where it's like, okay, now you're out of the vault, and now we're going to start making questionable decisions about
Yeah.
morality
Yeah,
and
yeah.
drugs. And
Oh, man.
Killing
I am
people.
gonna have to kill people.
Yeah.
I liked her arc this season because, like, you could tell she was being pushed to do things
Yeah.
that she really didn't want to do.
the cracks are
Yeah.
forming. Yeah.
And we've talked about this on like other shows and other things that we've played and seen, but like even up until the final episode, she was still struggling with the fact that she was going to have to do violent, unspeakable things,
Yeah.
and that just seemed way more believable
Yeah.
than like I got one episode of being upset I killed somebody, and now I'm Rambo and I'm gonna
Yes.
fucking kill
Now I'm addicted to
everybody.
drugs.
Yeah, it's like so.
Although that was
really
That was
funny.
really
I
funny.
mean, that was one of the funniest parts of that game, was that you could take things and you would get addicted. Like there were so many of those little features of New Vegas,
like repercussions
Right.
for
Yeah.
your actions.
and that's what made
Right.
that game so good. Like whether you like it or not, like that's what made it so iconic to people. It's like, well,
Mhm.
you've got this weaponware thing, you've got the whole like karma system, as well as like all the factions. You've got drug addictions that you have to
Yeah.
get rid of. And
Yeah. So speaking of factions, can you guys talk to us about the Legion
Kaiser?
and Kaiser?
Kaiser.
so,
Kaiser was the funniest fucking thing. I was like,
so everything. I just explained this to my wife. Everything about New Vegas, obviously, like the Lucky 38, is essentially the Stratosphere. So it was
Okay.
based off of like an early time of Vegas, but they obviously can't use the correct names.
right.
So I believe, I don't know if it's true or not, but like I assumed that the Legion came from Caesar's Palace.
Yes.
But there was
Because
a
of the
big
costumes.
Kaiser.
because of
Yeah,
the
that
costumes.
would-
But then
makes
because
sense.
of the one, they can't call it that. But then
Yeah.
because of the gap, they made the joke that people wouldn't know how to read it.
Yeah.
So
pronounce it
they
right,
just
yeah.
pronounced it wrong. So it's Kaiser.
Kaiser.
But then at one point, someone did say Caesar in the show. Which
It was Lucy.
Yeah.
So, don't you mean
Oh,
Caesar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
No.
Kaiser.
Kaiser. So, and then they're obviously based entirely off the Roman legion. So they're like
Yeah.
slavery and like
Yeah.
all this stuff, right? Like they're terrible people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they are
Hardcore
a
as
faction
fuck.
you can join.
Yep.
And like even at the end when Macaulay Culkin kills gets the body and then kills the other
Yeah.
guy. Like that glove the guy has on is a weapon in the game. It's like
Oh,
Kaiser's
really? Okay.
power glove or something. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
like that's an actual thing in the game, and it looks like that. It looks like a little microphone on this little
Hmm.
wristwatch thing
Mhm.
that you can like punch people with.
That's cool.
So it's just like little shit like that. He didn't put it on, but he should have.
Even Lucy's power fist that she like.
Oh,
like all
that's
all
like
the
a Fallout
tidbits-
4 one, I think.
All the tidbits from the game where like she's like looking around and then crouches down and starts taking stuff. I was like,
Stealth.
the
Yeah.
epitome of stealth.
Punching the ghoul out of the window onto the pole.
Yeah, that was badass.
Yeah.
Fucking
I think I
nuts,
audibly
man.
like yells like, "Oh!" and he just slides all the way down. And I think I texted Trevor too when he was trying to do like.
I was like, it was the climbing scene.
Yeah.
Where he's like pulling himself up, and I
It's
was like,
so brutal
and then
to
doesn't
watch.
make it. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that's not what I expected.
Help me.
Yeah. And the dog brings him his hat.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love
dog
dog
is-
meat. I love dog meat.
Stupid idiot. I don't want my fucking hat.
A man and his dog.
Yeah. So good.
Was there anything you found like lacking? I guess like
I don't have any reference.
Yeah,
to
I
this.
guess.
Yeah.
I don't know because like there's obviously going to make another season.
they've already said it's
Yeah,
Yeah, they've already
it's by
greenlit
far
it,
their
yeah.
most
They
popular
got
show, I
greenlit
think.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Without the budget of the Lord of the Rings show.
yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I guess they did cancel Ring of Power, didn't they?
I think they did.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, after it cost them $1 billion
they just
and no one
quietly-
fucking watched it.
It
Yeah.
took way too long to make the second season of
Yeah.
that show,
Yeah.
and then it flopped because everybody had like moved on.
Yeah, everybody forgot about it. Yeah.
So they need to get on the third season quick. then
Yeah,
to-
well,
they said I think
although
they've already
I heard that,
started.
like, the budget's big, and whatever's happening in
Yeah.
season 3 is pretty vast, so it's going to be a little bit.
It'll be interesting to see how the stories diverge. Like I don't think they missed anything. Like the callback to like when he was fighting in power armor against like for the USMC
Oh yeah, like in Alaska. Yeah. I like the
Um,
callbacks actually. I thought it did a really good job. Like Jordan said, season 1 is really all over the place and not a ton really happens.
It's a lot of like establishing.
Yeah.
It's really for the people who don't know Fallout. They're like, this is the world. This is what's happening. And then this
Yeah.
season, they just kind of went all
It's-
in on like,
yeah.
we're here now.
Some of the
Deal
story
with
It
it.
was like TV exposition.
Yeah.
Season 1. And then season 2 was like, okay, we're going to give what all the gamers and all the fans of this franchise want. We're just going to give them all of it. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of what season 2
and just kind of leave the rest of people to either look it up or just like
yeah.
fucking believe it, right? Like the things we've talked about. It's like,
Yeah.
we don't need to deep explain everything.
No,
People
I
will
don't
buy
need my
in if you just
handhelds.
do the thing, right?
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I liked, like, to me, bringing in the Ghoul's character and really building out his backstory through the flashbacks and everything. I loved all of that stuff.
So
Walter Goggins is so
Like-
good.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, he's the only character that got the like wrap up, like the closure
Yeah.
piece
Yeah.
Sort of.
this season in a sense.
Mhm.
No, but like I got to my marker. I got to exactly where
Yeah.
I've been planning to get to this whole time. Yes.
Yeah.
It is extended with a postcard saying Colorado was a
Yeah.
good choice. Or
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
And so he's going to go to Colorado, but if they don't sort of continue on with his character like next season, it's basically like we
We know where he's going.
know where he's going,
Yeah.
and we know what the MO is now.
Yeah.
Like it's
I am curious how they're going to do that now with like the groups. Cause obviously now you're not going to get Lucy and the Ghoul.
no that
It's going to be her and Maximus. And like,
Yeah.
what's that going to be like? And
And like their buddy cop dynamic between Lucy and
Yeah.
the Ghoul, honestly, that
It's
was one
classic.
of the highlights of the season.
it made it
we
good.
needed more
They made it
TV
really
promos
good.
of them standing back to back.
yeah. Yeah, the 80s buddy cop stuff. Yeah, honestly, he was like Walton Goggins. I've been a fan of for the longest time.
I know,
like,
I love
like
him.
did the show Justified back in the day.
Yeah.
He was so good on that.
Vice principals.
Vice Principal's fucking hilarious. But like he's the reason I kept coming back for Fallout, because I wanted to see what his character was going to do. I wanted to see where that all led. And then it just kind of built off of that. It's like, okay, well, I'm so invested in him that all these other characters that are involved in his story, I want to know what's happening with them too.
I did appreciate how like Lucy and the ghoul were on like separate ends of like the morality.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what made it
very
so
much.
good.
And
Yeah.
then they brought each other sort of closer to the middle by the
They
end.
changed
Each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they changed each other. Yeah, she made him a little bit better. He made her just a little bit worse.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many like little touches, like when they get to Vegas, right? And there's the King's gang. So in New Vegas, those guys are alive. They're not ghouls.
Oh,
And they're
okay.
like Elvis impersonators, and they're
Right.
called the
Oh
King's
my
gang.
God.
And so that's when the first time you see her essentially use what would be VATS.
Yeah.
And you get like the classic Bethesda, like you get them in Skyrim with the arrows too, right? Like the slow-mo bullet
Right,
headshot.
Okay.
Like that's from VATS.
That like with the death claws, I was like waiting for it like all season.
Yeah. There's just
Like
so many
NCR sniper.
Well, there's just so many little touches, right? Even the start of the season. I mean, I don't, because I can't remember. Jordan, did you ever play New Vegas at all?
If I played New Vegas, it would have been like 2 hours,
Okay.
and I have no recollection.
So the
of it.
very first episode, I think it is, when they're with those raiders and the ghoul's like tied up and he's getting Lucy to like shoot them.
Mhm. Yeah,
So she is in the dinosaur.
Yeah.
right.
So that is Novak. So there is a place and it's called Novak, which is
Oh,
a
okay.
no vacancy sign, which is burnt out. The town is called Novak, and they have this
Love it.
dinosaur that you can stand. And there's a whole quest line about a guy whose wife gets
Like
sold to the
NCR.
Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah, his wife,
Okay.
Boone's wife gets sold to the Legion, and you get to like decide who is guilty, and he shoots them. But like that's all straight from the game. Right? But like they
Right.
don't like dwell on it so much. It's for like the people who've played them, like, oh shit,
Yeah,
it's
just
the
like a quick,
dinosaur.
like-
Yeah, it's the
Mhm.
dinosaur. So just like little shit like that. It's just like they have all this reference and they clearly used it.
Yeah.
And there
Which
was
is
even
nice.
reference
You used
to
the source material.
Yes.
This is,
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is not
now-
season 2 of
The Last of Us. Yeah, fuck's sakes.
Here's all this material. Let's ignore all of it.
Well, and I appreciate the fact, like you guys said, that they don't hold your hand through this season. Like there's not just this constant barrage of
re-explain.
why are we going to Vegas? Like, oh, we got to do this. Like it's just, you know what? We're gonna throw all these things in there, and the fans are gonna love it. And then we're still going to make a cohesive story for people like Daryl and I who don't
Yeah.
have all the lore.
Yeah, that's the nice. Like, I mean, there's parts where I'm like, clearly, I'm missing some sort of
Yeah.
Yeah.
connection to
Like-
the game or like to the source material where I'm like, I don't understand why this
Yeah.
is part of this show. Or
The big one was Jordan when you asked about the FEV, the forced evolutionary virus, because they
Yeah.
they hint at it,
Yeah.
they show it on the screen, and they talk about it, but they never like explain it. You just kind of know that it's nefarious.
Yeah.
You're like, this doesn't seem good, but
Yeah.
they don't necessarily explain that like this is how we get the big green super mutant.
Yeah, like,
and like
okay,
what
I
that's
remember
leading
a
to.
scene
Where the
on
hell
the
did that guy come
computer
from? Yes.
screen, and I was like, okay, obviously they're
This is
putting
an
emphasis
experiment.
on
This is
that.
bad. Yeah, but they
Yeah.
don't really like.
And then Ron
wrap it up.
Perlman is only there for a scene,
Yeah, I was kind of pissed
and
at that.
that's it. So I was like, okay, that's odd too. Like,
So I wrote it into the introduction because I was like, oh, fuck, Ron Perlman.
Oh, and he's
then I was
gone.
like, where the fuck did
Where
Ron
is
Perlman go?
they ran out of money.
Yeah.
They couldn't pay him.
What is this cameo?
I feel like that's gonna lean heavily into the third season. Now that we got Death Claws in abundance in the second season,
Yeah.
the next thing is
Right.
gonna be
Okay.
super mutants.
Yes.
And I think we're gonna see Thaddeus. He's going to evolve into a centaur.
I see. That's the thing.
'Cause
That's
his arm fell off. Like centaurs are.
yes, but centaurs are essentially chimeras from Full Metal Alchemist. They're combined. They're like the goo of people and animals
Interesting.
with FEV that turns them into these gross
his
ass.
arm just
I will put it
fell
on
off.
screen
That
if you
shit
don't
was
know what
so
if you
funny.
don't know what a centaur is. Yeah, it's
No,
like
no, just let me get ready. Just let me get
I seem to be having a medical episode.
maybe I can aim with my feet.
Yeah.
And he did.
And he does.
So, like, I agree with you. I think in terms of the writing, they might go the centaur route.
Because he's not
Okay.
a ghoul.
No, but he's also there. Was it Fallout 2? Was it Henry? He's like a tree. He's like a ghoul who's like melted into like a tree almost.
Oh,
So he's kind of like a
interesting.
ghoul variant.
okay.
But then at the same time, like they didn't really explain what Thaddeus was given when he like, when the guy saved him, that like weird
Right.
traveler guy who then works for the dad,
Yeah, the snake oil.
the snake oil guy. Yeah. So we're like, we don't know what he got. So yes, it could technically.
Like I love when he just pulls his shirt open and he's like,
This is just cool.
This is normal, right?
It's like a little mouth just.
Just talking cool stuff over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his nose hasn't fallen off.
Yeah.
Well, it's getting
That's
there though,
true.
but you can like see it, right? Because he was asking that. He's like, so does it just like, does it take time? Does it just like fall off one day?
Yeah.
Which is funny, but then his arm completely.
His arm
off.
just falls off.
Yeah,
That guy's also hilarious.
Yes.
That
He is
actor.
the
he
actor is
did
really
such a good
funny.
job.
just this nonchalant, like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
Or like, and him in the power armor pretending to be
having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree. I'm curious what they do with it because they could go either way with the lore. I think kind of either way.
Right.
I think some of the fans will be a little pissed, but at the same time, it's like at this point it doesn't matter. Like you're
It's such
getting
a
some of the
small
material anyways. Yeah.
Okay, so just in reference, because I have zero.
Mhm.
With the actual story, obviously lots of the pieces put in and the story elements are true to the game. How much of the story is true to the games?
It's pretty close. Like so the house set up at
Yeah.
the top of the tower,
yeah, that
like
was
and
like
his
a pivotal
face
scene.
his face on the screen, like that's in New Vegas, it's like they're trying to fight over control of Hoover Dam for power.
Okay.
So all
Right,
the
okay.
factions are fighting for it. So there's the various endings are like you as the courier, because you get taken out by freaking Matthew Perry, who's also in that game at the start of it, like from Friends. You as the courier can choose to like serve your own purpose. You can help the NCR, you can help House keep control of Vegas, or you can help the Legion. And so in this, it seems like they said you took I think it's the Yes Man ending, which is like you helping yourself in the NCR.
Yeah.
Because House is
Okay.
like still in the computer, but he's like, the way he controls it is that
House
like
always
head,
wins.
that like headpiece that he has. He's
Yeah.
like wearing that, but he's like a cryo mummy. So it's
Mm.
keeping his head alive, and he's the one
Right,
controlling
okay.
all the robots. Whereas in this one, he's got that like Congress lady,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
like the
she's
most,
got
like,
the helmet on.
who's the
yeah.
most like lawful good person to
Right.
be the kind of the
The overseer of all those
Yeah.
robots and stuff. Yeah.
So they kind of made some hints at it because there's also someone pointed out in one scene when he presses the button to turn House on, there's a snow globe there, which is a quest where the courier, like the player character, like you collect them for him.
Oh,
So it's
Interesting.
like, okay, so the courier's been
been
here. So it seems like you took kind of the NCR Yes Man ending, but
Yeah,
then the
okay.
Legion still kind of exists. Like some
Yeah.
of it's like 50-50 as to what they kind of did. Because like
Yeah,
you
right.
can't not
Like a
keep
hybrid?
the, yeah, you can't
Yeah.
not keep the Legion. Like you can't be like, oh, they're wiped out. It's like they're so like they're awful, but they're so funny.
yeah. Like, you got to extend that story a little bit.
Yeah, there's no like cut and dry like this story, because I mean they have to adapt it for TV too.
It's got to
it
make
Yeah.
some sense. Yeah.
Which is fair. That's why I was wondering, like, because sometimes it doesn't always lend itself in a TV lens to.
Which is also where like same thing in New Vegas, the Brotherhood is like the Brotherhood of Steel is like a side thing. Like they don't have their own ending. They're just sort of a faction at
They're
play.
just there.
Which
Okay.
is where they did a good
But-
job in this one, where they kind of referenced the factions out east, which is like
Yes.
Fallout 4,
yeah, okay.
which is like the big scary
Oh, okay, I
Brotherhood of
gotcha.
Steel. So this whole like now internal coup fight thing that's happening is
Yeah.
going to be interesting.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a huge part of the next season is how this civil war is going to
Yeah,
play
Fucking
out.
Liberty Prime. That was
Yeah.
It took Trevor a bit to find it because he kept going
the
back
Prime
to
fucked me up with the credits where they're like, there's so many shows now that have post credits, and then Prime's just like, okay, bye, see you, movie to the next show. And you're like, but I wanted
Yeah,
to see
I
it.
want to see if there's
Like,
an end credit
It's
scene.
2026. Everyone has fucking post credits now.
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
pushing me to the next thing.
yes, Liberty Prime Alpha will be.
Yes. So that's from Fallout 3.
Okay, and is
That's
that
the
is that just
blueprint
like
thing
a
at the end, right?
is that just like a giant Pacific Rim type?
It's essentially like,
mech,
think of
or-
like Iron Giant.
okay,
okay.
It's just like,
that's cool.
so that, yeah, Fallout 3 is in DC, right? It's in Washington.
Yes.
And so that's like that's
Okay.
part of the story is that you like turn him on and get him like up and running, and then he like
Right.
laser beams everybody
Yeah.
for freedom.
All right then.
The American way.
My freedoms.
Yes, because then like maybe we'll come back to it a bit, but like talking about eye patch lady. What was her name?
Oh, like the head of the
The
Canadian-
They're Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She fucking bothered me all season.
the whole
man.
time.
That's
and
the
then
point, though.
after
She's
Canadian. Is like, God. So do I have to root for her?
Yeah. It's like, oh, I hate her so much, and she's Canadian. This sucks.
She was connected to the Enclave.
yes.
wasn't it? Yes.
Yes.
Well, is it Hank? Whatever the dad is.
Yeah.
Right. And they
And-
were married before. Like
yeah.
they kind of explain it as part of the kind of the tipping of the scales at the end. Where you're like, oh, like this isn't a Fallout experiment. This is an Enclave experiment,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which we can get into later.
Please.
Okay.
Jordan
Yeah,
needs,
I
Jordan needs some help.
I don't understand.
I
Okay.
need it.
We'll come back to that, but I think it's time to like take a walk through the wastelands
Yes.
and make
as
our
it
way
were.
to Daryl's Danger Dome for this week's Fantasy Face
I
Off.
am
That's gonna be-
excited.
Fantasy Face Off. Fight.
Welcome to the Danger Dome. This is Fantasy Face Off. For those that don't know, I pick 2 characters from whatever universes I want, and I put them in a fight to the death. And the boys here try to decide who the winner is, and the audience can argue and tell us why they think they're right, but generally we are. And yeah, that's how it goes.
I'm usually not right.
You've been pretty good this season.
Yeah,
you're
you're
doing all right.
yeah, you're
Good
doing
on the
better this
upswing.
season.
So in the theme, my favorite character of the show this season is the Ghoul. I love, to Jordan's point, Walter Goggins. So I was thinking about other characters that are like him in different universes, and I just basically ended up circling around to it, and was like, okay, we're just gonna have a fight to the death between Solomon Grundy and Frankenstein.
Nice.
And I don't mean like Frankenstein in weird iterations where like he can control lightning or like
Oh.
whatever.
Like basic
I'm talking
Frankenstein.
like basic.
Okay.
Like I've been put together with parts. I have superhuman strength and ability, Frankenstein,
Like
but not
like Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
got it.
Yes, but
All right.
not like I can control lightning and raise the undead Frankenstein.
Yeah, whatever weird.
Not the DC's version of
No.
Frankenstein.
No.
Yeah, okay.
I had to look up Grundy.
Solomon Grundy is
Essentially the DC version of a Frankenstein.
yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna go with Grundy just because I think he's more battle tested and like he's had to go up against superheroes and supervillains and
And he technically is like a super versus.
yeah, like
It's got to be Solomon. He's virtually invulnerable to physical, magical, and energy attacks. Not affected by fire or low temperatures.
Well, I mean,
So,
that's Frankenstein's weakness right there.
Frankenstein's weakness. Oh, fire.
Yeah, but Solomon Grundy's also an idiot. So like,
he's
how
not
long
the
is it going to take
smartest.
for him to figure out that Frankenstein is weak to fire?
Frankenstein, not Einstein.
I
Yeah.
said Frankenstein.
Yeah. But Frankenstein ain't so smart either. He's
Yeah.
not a genius. I mean, he's relatively smart in the books, but
He's got some feelings.
Sorry, Frankenstein's monster.
oh, God.
Actually, I still think Solomon.
Yeah, like I think Solomon just walks in the room and fucking punches him through a wall and rips his leg off.
It'd be
and
a
then
cool
that's the end
fight,
of it.
but I
It
do
would be a
agree.
cool fight.
I think it's
The Battle of the Undead, Immortal.
Yeah.
I just thought like
Be a long
Frankenstein was
fight.
Frankenstein's monster would just put himself back together.
Or does this turn into like the weirdest version of Pokemon? So you've got them in the battle arena and Frankenstein is
Controlling his monster.
shouting out command attacks to his monster, and then I don't know who
the Joker or
Solomon Grundy's
someone.
trainer would be, but
punch him. Huh?
I could just see Solomon like slowly detaching like parts of Frankenstein's monster, like oh, there goes an arm,
Don't need that no more.
just like the Black Knight from Monty Python.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just put a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
Yeah, I
Unanimous.
think it's
Solomon
got to go
Grundy.
that route.
I also
Born
just
on a Monday.
envisioned Solomon Grundy hitting Frankenstein with a tombstone, which is like out of the comics. Like he takes a tombstone out of the graveyard and just hits people over the head with it.
Yeah,
It's a tombstone.
that's his go-to weapon.
Tombstone.
It's like
pile
wrestling,
driver.
but it's actually a real tombstone.
Yes,
He's got a chair.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Solomon
I like
Grundy.
it.
Also, like shout out to the Ghoul again.
Yeah.
Amazing character.
Yeah.
Amazing character.
So good.
So back to Falling Out. Boy.
Questions. I feel like there's questions
Yeah.
here.
Tell me who the Enclave is
Yeah.
and why
What?
we should be so
Oh,
scared
okay.
and
What is
intimidated.
going on
by-
with
that?
Yeah.
So think of when he hands over the cold fusion to the president,
Yes.
the Enclave, think of them as like the Freemasons.
Okay.
Okay.
They are like a super secret society that was running within the government.
The Illuminati.
Essentially, yes. Even more so. I would say even more so. They're more like
Okay.
Illuminati. So they are like the secret society that's like pulling the strings behind the scene.
Yes.
So you've got
Which exists in real life.
yeah. So you've got like Mr. House. You've got Mr. House, who's sort of like your we'll call him
Disruptor.
like your disruptor. He's sort of like
Okay.
your Iron Man, Tony Stark, right? He's rich enough to kind of get away and do his
Right.
own things, but then at the end of it, like running the government and all this other shit. And I believe there was in the lore, I might be able to help me, Kyle. Like the Enclave was big on like very much like bring back America. Like we believe in certain things, like just like eradicating certain groups of people and like
oh,
they were terrible.
okay.
Good.
Wow. It's not like
That's-
anything like that.
So that's where no.
We
And
have no
And
experience.
so that's where
on
the guy
that.
from the first season was escaping from with dog meat.
Oh, okay.
So that was
the
the
scientist.
yeah, the scientist.
Okay.
So that's where dog meat has always kind of traditionally come from, which is why you're like, why is this dog so smart? Like it's kind of an
Right, okay, I
unexplained
gotcha.
thing as to why this dog is so awesome.
Yeah.
And it's a Belgian Malinois.
Yeah,
I
those
mean,
things
he's,
are fucking
yeah,
crazy.
He's a fucking dog, man.
Yeah.
Shut up, Daryl.
But
like I'm supposed to know that it's
No.
a big deal.
but I think they do a really good job of this though, because like the Enclave always kind of plays a part in the games, but they're
Yeah.
never like
Okay.
the big bad. They're always kind of like, oh, they've kind of been destroyed, like their members have died. So this is really setting it up that they're kind of now the big scary bad guy.
Yeah.
Apparently, looking like they're living in the mountains of Colorado conveniently
Okay.
in this like center where they're doing, which is where that's also where you get the super mutants. So they developed the FEV.
I see.
It's meant to kind of make like Captain America's, like it's supposed to be a superhuman
Right.
thing,
Oh.
but it's become this thing where now it's creating
Like
these
green
mutants. And there's variations of it where you get the smart ones like Ron Perlman who can talk and are smart and
Yeah.
are like more educated. And then you get ones
Okay.
where they're like hyper aggressive and they're just
Oh, okay.
monsters.
Huh.
So it's just kind of where like the idea of like death
Mhm.
claws kind of came from as well.
Gotcha.
Because and then in Fallout 4, there's 3 main factions.
Yes. So I did want to get into that as well.
Yes, because I think that will play a role in
Yes.
in the next season.
So yeah, so in Fallout 4, they've now introduced the Institute, which is secretly run under MIT because you're in like the Boston area.
Okay.
So the Institute is more of a think like Terminator situation. So you have robots who look like people, and now you're questioning like, oh, is Daryl really a human, or have you been replaced? Like, are you a
robot?
are you a
I
lizard
see,
person?
okay,
You think of like conspiracies in real world, like, oh, that person's been replaced by like a lizard person and they're wearing a
I will
mask.
never tell.
Goddamn New York.
And so you have this whole thing about the morality of like, well, do they count as people? Do they not? Like you're getting into the whole AI
okay.
robot future argument.
Right.
fucking
But
clankers.
what I think they've done,
What'd you call me?
yeah,
Called you a cocksucker.
Clanker.
what I think they're doing with this whole secret vault, Mr. House chip thing,
Yeah.
is they are essentially creating an equivalent to the Institute. After
Yes,
Hank
like
hit the button
parallel,
and like
yeah.
essentially like nuked himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, we've already got agents out there. You can't even tell anymore because these chips are so small. Essentially, what they're doing is they're creating the Institute where now you're like, well, are you under control or are you not?
I see. Okay.
Right. So I think they've kind of created a parallel
Mhm.
into
That's
that
their way to bring that
to kind
the
of bring in
show.
that season
I
4
see.
aspect.
Okay.
Whereas, like, yeah, in Fallout 4, like that's the big bad guy, right? The big spooky robots that are coming to kill you and they look like people. So you
Okay.
can't tell. And
Gotcha.
people don't even know if they're a robot sometimes. Like that's a whole thing.
Oh,
Oh,
not even
interesting.
self-aware.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like some people think they're humans and then you find out that they're not.
But they're robots.
It's a whole thing.
Hey, there's a Terminator movie like that.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
very much what it's.
Christian Bale movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the I forgot the name of that one, but then like Brotherhood of Steel is going to be
Yeah, they were big in
Big.
Fallout 4.
I was like more inclined and interested in that part. I was like, okay, what the hell's gonna happen with these
Yeah,
fucking
the,
guys
the
in the
Civil
suits?
War
Like,
and all that.
this is gonna get
and then
real.
there was the Minutemen.
Yeah, so the Minutemen are like they're the under
old-timey Boston.
yeah, the old timey like Boston news reporter types. But
do
they're
they
like
wear fedoras?
yes, some of them do.
It's
Yes,
like the big like
Yeah.
the hats.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
the trench coats and
I
everything.
love
But
it.
they're like the underground, like they're the stereotypical good guys. But they also believe
Okay.
that some of these robots are good and that they they have souls and blah blah blah. Like there's some various
Very
factions there.
progressive.
Yeah,
Yes,
for,
It's,
Wow.
and it's
for
funny.
the people of Boston. That's pretty progressive.
It's funny too because in the game, like in Fallout 4, when you start in that area, the rifles you get are essentially equivalent to like the musket pack Things you have to like.
Oh, it's like
Oh,
it's like a
really? Okay.
crank laser. Yeah.
That's funny.
Crank,
That's hilarious.
shoot, crank. Yeah, it's funny how they adapted like old timey things and made it futuristic, but still made it old timey.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've
Fallout's
done
always
a-
been good for
Yeah,
that.
the
that, like,
alternate
retro-futurism stuff.
They've done a really good job of that.
Good art term, Trevor.
yeah, well, it's like we have these 50s cars, but they're on like nuclear power.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're running off of like nuclear fission. They're, like,
Yeah, it's like, what is
they're
happening?
Jetsons of them,
Yeah.
but it is funny. It's a good like combination of things that
Mhm.
makes it really funny.
I mean, it's too bad that they're not going to like going east to Boston and that sort of thing.
That would be crazy.
But who's to say they
But
don't
I mean,
for
we don't
season
know
4
that
or whatever,
that's
like
But I feel like they're all going to end up in Colorado.
I mean, of course. Like,
Like where does Lucy go now?
Well, I think she's gonna go wherever Maximus kind of ends up, and I feel like
he
he's
kind of
gonna
quit the
go-
Brotherhood, so
He did,
What
but,
do you mean?
he's kind of on the run.
but I feel like they're gonna
Unless
get
they
sucked into that whole conflict,
like
right?
they join
'Cause,
the
like,
NCR
that's
or
what I was
something.
like,
Yeah.
like, are they going to end up dealing with it because Maximus is now going to have to deal with whatever insurrection or whatever,
Yeah, like they're gonna come after him,
civil
I would
discord that's
assume,
going on
right?
with the Brotherhood. Like,
Yeah, aside from that, like unless Lucy connects back with her brother or something crazy, like, you know,
Right.
they
yeah,
hook up
yeah.
with the NCR, they're going to the Institute, and then now their original vault has now been turned into super mutants and they're being chased by them.
Right.
Like there's a possibility.
Yeah, like I wonder if the Institute is not going to be from the East Coast. Like
That's where I'm wondering if now
like
that it's kind of
they've
this like,
changed the location
Well,
to serve the story.
I'm wondering
a
if they
little
have
bit.
blended it in with the Enclave. Like I'm wondering if with this whole mind
right.
control thing, and now that we
Yeah.
found that like Hank was kind of working for them, like I'm wondering if they've sort of blended the Institute and the Enclave
They're the
just to make it
same
make more
thing.
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
As like, oh, now they're mind controlling people. You know, they had the
Yeah.
little like
And a little less
the
travel.
little like
too.
Sputnik robot that's like listening to everything.
Yes.
Like those are directly from the game. Same
Yeah,
with like
okay.
the little mini turret, the automatic mini turrets and stuff.
Right, right.
Yeah, those little Sputnik bots.
Yeah.
It's like
I think
Yes.
with the current political climate in the US, they will make some statements and they will like talk a lot about the Enclave. And there's so much there that it's a cool secret society, you know, man in the shadows type thing. I think it'll be a really cool
Well,
direction.
I kind of like the idea of like, you know, the Enclave is kind of more ominous in the games, it sounds like.
Yeah.
But they're actually going to make them more of like a focal bad guy in the show.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like that aspect of it a little bit.
Yeah.
But so like was season 2, I guess season 1 and 2, like how much of the games did that cover? Is that like Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 with a little splattering of 3 and 4?
Pretty much
or-
season 1 is just pure
Fallout intro.
just Fallout
Right.
in general because they barely get outside.
Okay.
Season 2 is definitely like heavily focused on New Vegas
Right.
with like some of the little they don't go out to the different places and the things you can do or even like the DLCs. But then that's where with like Liberty Prime, like they sprinkle in these bits from
Right,
the
yeah,
universe
okay.
lore just to kind of whether it's, you know, fanfare or just to kind of push the story.
Yeah.
Because same thing, like Liberty Prime was Fallout 3 in Washington. So
Yeah,
honestly,
okay,
the idea is
gotcha.
that they've collected these, you know, the Brotherhood collects all the knowledge, right? That's their big thing
Mhm.
is get the old world knowledge. So obviously they must have found these blueprints somewhere. And now he's like, let's build this
They're
fucking
gonna
thing.
build it,
Yeah.
right.
We're at Area 51, which is
Yes,
hilarious.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Callback.
Oh my God, it's a freezer.
Yeah. Throws the alien
Yeah.
out of the freezer.
Yeah.
Nobody acknowledges that at all.
Which is a bit of a that is a
Yeah.
thing in
Yeah.
in most of the Fallout games. There is some sort of relation to like aliens having visited, so you can get like a alien blaster and like,
Yeah.
you have to like
Oh, no
fight.
shit.
In
Okay.
Fallout 4, there's an alien that crashes and you have to like kill him.
Yeah.
So there's always like little touches like
Okay.
that, which is pretty funny.
I feel like that was
That is good.
that was either in the Pit DLC or the
Well, there's
Anchorage.
the Anchorage one is robots. There's a girl that runs away because she thinks she's a robot.
Oh.
There's one. It's Mothership Alpha or whatever it's called.
That's
There's
the one I
one
was
that's
thinking of.
literally
Yeah.
about aliens, and you go to a fucking space station.
That was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I haven't played Fallout 3 in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
This
Great
might,
DLCs.
This
Yes,
might be the
yes.
most unfamiliar I've ever been on an episode.
I'm
Right?
surprised.
It's usually-
On
it's
an
usually like
episode
me.
we've ever
Oh,
done.
please.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm very much enjoying it though.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot.
I would like to say
Trevor just lore
my
dumping
one.
everywhere.
That's great.
Oh God, my one biggest disappointment was they had this big countdown thing.
Oh,
And I was
right.
like, oh,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
this is going to be like an Elder Scrolls Oblivion. We're going to get a shadow dropped
New
like,
Vegas,
New Vegas
remake or
remaster.
something.
Because like there's mods and you can do as much as you can with that game, but it
old.
truly needs a remaster. It looks old.
Yeah,
The
it's
gameplay
showing its
still,
age.
it is what it is. Yeah, it shows its age. But then the secret thing that they dropped was just like a fucking behind the scenes like
Aw,
episode.
yeah.
Like it was kind of like Stranger Things where they're
That's
like, oh, the
greasy,
secret
man.
episode's coming. You're like, oh
Yeah,
no,
I
it's just a
don't-
behind the
I
scenes.
don't
You're
care
like,
about that.
Nobody,
fucked.
nobody gives a shit right now.
Yeah.
Give us something we want.
Yeah. Don't make a countdown for that.
Yeah.
Like just say, oh yeah, we're also doing a behind the
We're gonna
scenes.
build this
Cool.
hype with a countdown, guys.
Yeah.
I can't see how fans would be disappointed at all.
Yeah. It's like, well, I've already watched the show, but like, I don't care about
No, not right now. I feel like behind the scenes stuff is a very niche.
I was just gonna
ask.
say like who?
Yeah.
It's just
I
easy
don't
free
watch
content.
that.
It's
Like-
easy free content these
Yeah.
days. Like, right? They're just like, oh, just have someone with a camera walk around set all the
Everybody
time. We
loves
can get-
documentaries.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah. Let's see how,
How
they
do-
made this show.
And some of it is cool, right? Like you
Yeah.
learn about the death claws being like puppets and some of that, but it's just like that's not worthy of a fucking countdown timer on like its own special website that people are
No.
like, you know,
All that shit is perfect for social media, which is where
Yes.
I saw the Death Claw thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what
Short
that's
clips,
built
It
for.
should just be like, post it
Build
on your
some hype.
socials and whatever. But I'm kind of over the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's every Disney show now.
I know, but
yeah, they have
that's
so
what I mean.
many of
Like,
those sneak
I'm-
peeks on Disney
I
Plus.
hate all of it.
How we
It's
made
so
Hawkeye, how we
stupid.
made
Yeah.
Daredevil. Like,
I
fuck
don't care.
off.
Yeah,
I don't care.
nobody cares. No.
It ruins the fact that it's not like it ruins the mystique of it sometimes. Like, just I don't want to know. Just
Mhm.
leave it alone.
Yeah.
So I feel confident enough that we could drop a rating for this
Oh, yeah.
season 2. I'm curious. I want to start with Daryl and Jordan just to see how they ended up, and then we'll kind of go from there. Jordan, do you feel confident?
Shun the non-believers.
Yeah, I mean, I very much enjoyed season 2 more than season 1.
I would agree.
I think the character development was better. I think they obviously understood what the fans really wanted in a show about this franchise, but they also figured out what non-Fallout people liked about season 1 and kind of like cherry picked, the best parts.
Yeah.
So yeah, like for me, it's probably like an 8.5. I think it probably gets into like the 9.5 range if I knew more about the lore and all those Easter eggs you guys talk about. Like I didn't get the crazy excitement out of those because I just don't know
It's
it.
like, oh, it's just a thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, clearly that meant something, but it just doesn't hit for me.
Power armor with NCR helmet.
Yeah. So, but no, it was very good. I will be sad if Walton Goggins, whenever he leaves this show, I feel like the quality is gonna dip. Because for me, he is the highlight
Yeah.
of the show.
Post season, once again, it's like every season. It's like post season, the next season. It's like, is this the season where they dump some cast or like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
You just don't know.
the inshitification begins, right? Like, is there where's
waiting for that?
Yeah, when does the writing change? And then you're just like, oh, this took a dive.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's always a concern.
yeah. So, but no, 8.5. I
Who's
very
gonna
much
have a
enjoyed
court
it.
case and get written out of the show?
Yeah, fuck.
Oh boy.
Don't you put them.
It's in the MCU.
Bobby.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, this also isn't Disney, so like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't
don't give a shit
push
as
it
much.
under the rug.
You did it.
You did it.
Daryl.
I'm like a 7.5 or 8. I'm kind of in that area mostly because I don't have ties to the franchise previously. I have tried to follow the story as best as I can. I think there's a lot of really good pieces in here. The Ghoul I thought was a really good fleshed out story this season.
A wrinkly fleshed out story.
No, I thought that whole
Smooth
story
skin.
arc was done extremely well. Like all the bits with his wife and the lead up.
Yeah,
and
I
how
really
he's got
like
here and all of those pieces. I thought really made his character like interesting and viable, and in like I was invested in that part. But I will say I felt less connected and less inclined to give a shit about Lucy this season. Like
Okay.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
I just thought like she had important components, and it's like we're trying to get into the whole morality piece of like she has to step away from the hardcore justice morals in order to survive in the world outside, and I get that. But basically, when it came to the stuff with her father at the end, I was like, "There's no way. Like, there's just no way that you would go this route. This makes absolutely zero sense."
She was just sort of the reasoning for why things happen. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, we need someone to get captured to go see the Legion so we can see the Legion. So
Yeah.
guess what? It's going to be
Yeah.
you.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
right?
be
you're
like,
right.
there's
Yeah.
just stuff in there that I was like, no, like this isn't, and like not killing him and everything. I was like, no, like this just like doesn't make any sense.
Especially when she made such a big deal out of
exactly.
like, I am going to kill my dad.
Yeah.
It's like,
It was like the whole MO, and then it's like, then you're gonna cry in his arms because he nerfed himself and whatever. And I was like, no, like this seems really, really stupid. So like that was the part where I was like, I don't know. And Maximus's character, like
He's
was
always
on
been
the-
kind of weird.
was on the rise of becoming a badass, but then all of a sudden is like becoming a bitch again, and, and I'm confused with his sort of character arc. So
He's still waiting for his penis to explode.
yeah, yeah. But yeah. Anyways, the ghoul is the saving grace, and I was upset that Ron Perlman was only there for
Yeah, me too.
2 minutes.
5 fucking seconds. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fair. I was like 8.5, 9. Again, like Trevor and I have both been pretty extensive into like the Fallout games.
No.
And
Doesn't sound like you guys at all.
I really enjoyed Fallout 4 and even like back into 3 and New Vegas, and
What about 76, Kyle? How'd you feel about that one?
did not play 76.
Fuck that game.
Fuck that. I chose to ignore that it existed.
It's so hard to get back into something like that. Like people have said, it's good. They fixed it. But then like it started so
Did
shitty.
you?
It's such a
Yeah.
shitty start to a live service game where you're like,
Yeah.
well, I've lost all
Bar
headway.
was so low to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 8.5 or 9 for me. Just Fallout fan service alone. Like I felt they did a really good job. I brought my Fallout 3 lunchbox with us today to
Yeah.
It is a
And
sweet
Cap
lunch
stash.
and our Nuka Victory Cola
Yeah.
From
GameCon
GameCon a couple
Canada.
years ago.
Yeah.
I think they're
looks
selling that stuff now too.
Yeah, I
looks
think
like
so.
It expires this
Probably.
year.
I mean, I wouldn't drink
I'm
it
not-
anyway.
I don't think
was,
we're gonna
I
drink
think
it
it's the
the
right one at
greatest.
GameCon, and
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, would
Messed
let
my
people
stomach.
know the Fallout sodas more for collecting, not for drinking, because unless they changed them, they were questionable.
Nuka, you're inside.
All right, Trevor, round us out here.
I'm kind of same as you. I'm at like a 9. I think for all the parts, like you said, like where the story kind of fell, there was just those little like fan service moments that kind of picked it back up where you're like, oh, like it's sort of like, and that's what makes Fallout so good and where you question the writing of modern games, like the hilarity of being able to walk into a room as a single player game and get a whole story that's like absolutely hilarious of like what happened here.
Just reading the computer, like the
Yeah.
memos,
Or just like little things, like little clues as to like what's going on. It's just like that game was so well done, and they referenced it really well. And there's, we're in this nuclear wasteland, but then like you've got like Benny Hill music playing in the background, and like
Yeah.
just the dumbest shit happening,
Okay.
and it's so funny. And it just like the balance of hilarity and like seriousness is what
Yeah.
makes it really good.
The uranium fever dance break, like that like it's still just in my head because
It was on the radio in the
it was
game.
on the radio. Always on your Pip-Boy. It would come up, and the what was it? The inbreeding support group.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the snack
Oh,
club.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Is it okay that I want to marry my cousin? Been inbred.
So
It's just
fucking
like-
weird.
just dumb little things, right? Or like where where things click. Like same with like all the people with the microchips, like no one in the vault worked, but then now all these outside people work probably because they've been irradiated. Right.
Mhm.
Like these little things where I was like, oh, that's probably why that works. Cause they like have this weird defense system to something or whatever it is. Like,
Yeah, that's I think in part why this show works, because they're taking something that is super grim and super dark and like, but they're finding a way to bring levity and humor into it. Yeah, like I don't think this show works if they decide to just lean into purely the like hardcore darkness
No,
of
no.
the
And-
violence and everything.
And you don't get as many people into it either.
No, you
No.
don't.
Without that levity, a lot of people would be like, no, this is too much for me.
Yeah,
Just-
it's just too gross and So, but like you said, they blend both sides really well.
Yeah, it's gross to see someone's arm get cut off, but someone's arm just falling off. It's fucking hilarious.
It's so
Comedy
funny.
gold.
So funny.
Seem to be having a medical episode.
So I don't know. Do we have any final thoughts, or I think that just about does it?
I'm curious, like just like this season, I'm curious to see where they go. This
Excited.
season 3 is going to be much more open as to what the trajectory is.
Yes.
I think so.
A little more like open to interpretation.
Yeah,
from the
like we
games
knew
and
in
stuff.
season 2, we're coming to New Vegas.
Going to
We're coming for
Yeah,
Dad in New
right.
Vegas. But
Yeah.
what happens next, we don't know. But now it's like
Seems
now
like
we're
maybe
headed
there's
to a
gonna be a
whole
split.
new. Yeah, we're headed to a whole new area that really hasn't been explored in the series or in the franchise at all. So it's just like what?
Yeah.
Now you can make up what you can make up places. You can do whatever you want. Is that good or bad?
As long as they have
Yeah,
like Fallout,
it's
like
true.
people that are associated with the Fallout franchise
Yep.
games, as long as you have those people in the planning for it, I think it will lend them to some very good things.
Sweet.
Great. Well, I think that just about does it. So, good enough?
Good enough.
Good enough.
Vault Tech thumbs up.
Oh yeah, it's that way.
Good enough.
Good enough.
It's good. You know what? Better than good. Good enough.
Good enough.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at GEG Podcast. Check out our website, goodenoughgaming.com, and write us an email about anything from our episodes or something you would like us to discuss in the future. You can also now join us on Discord on the Good Enough Gaming Discord server. We really appreciate you listening and hope you continue to join us on this epic adventure of discussing all things gaming and nerdy. Please subscribe to the Good Enough Gaming podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever else you listen to your podcasts, and rate us 5 stars so we can find more good enoughers in the process. Just remember, we might not be great, but we are good enough.